I would describe my living situation as normal. Society is an incredibly unnatural way to live. We are forced to live like caged animals. It wasn't even really a conscious decision to think these things through and think, oh, society is like this, so I don't want to be a part of it. I just found myself drifting away from it. I found myself here, and now it kind of makes more sense after living here for 2 years. After I'd finished uni, which was in Barnsley, I'd spent the rest of my overdraft going travelling. After I'd run out of money, I had to do what most people have to do at some point in their life, is go back to mum's house. Not that I didn't like it, but it was well too boring. So I just found the first job I could, which ended up being a secretary in a hospital. So I saved enough money to come to Sheffield, just started doing my artwork as a full-time job. Just want to achieve things in life that I find interesting. I don't want to have to work for somebody else. Don't mind it every now and again, but I'm not like a full-time job, 9 to 5. Gets you down. I think the way I live is an alternative to capitalism. Not just for money. Capitalism for me symbolises greed in humans, and I see greed as like the worst human emotion. I don't have to act in a certain way. I don't have anyone asking me if I've watched a TV programme up here. I think anyone that has asked me if I watch certain TV programmes soon realise not to ask me again. I don't get angry, I'm just like tell them that it's a load of rubbish. I can collect things that I want, that I find. I can keep as many bicycles as I want. Salvage things. Fresh air, can grow veg, foods, can go for a walk in the trees. That feeling where you might want to shout, stop telling me what to do. That is your instinct of wanting more freedom. So you should be listening to it and should be acting on it every day. It's much more inspiring living in the outdoors. At the minute I am doing oil paintings, surreal landscape. Fantastical scenes that made up from my own imagination. Escapism's probably the biggest driving force in my artwork. Growing up and being a part of society that I've always been a bit pissed off with, going through school and stuff. But yeah, escapism's a very good tool to use to aid your life. My paintings have got an escapist feel to them. I try and depict a lot of this quiet earth scenario where there's no humans anymore. Nothing's permanent at all. I don't think anything's permanent. I think the council want to move us off. As a group, we're fighting to not be moved off. I'm not involved in the fight for keeping the land that much because what happens happens, and I don't mind having to go somewhere else. I will always manage to retain the lifestyle I want, even if it becomes incredibly difficult. That's inspiration enough. I mean, out of hardship comes good things. Freedom is probably the most important thing to me in life.